Just expecting. We're recording. Hey, thanks for being here, everybody. Just a couple of things. I'm actually home already. Booyah. But I do have a call immediately after this. So I am definitely going to take advantage of all of the time so I can hop into that call. And uh, it's good to see you all. And it is good to have seen a lot of you at convention. And thank you, by the way, for having your cameras on, those of you who can. And if you are able to, go ahead and turn it on. I might ask you a question, and it's great to see hands raised during some of those cuestiones, which is Spanish for questions, as far as you know. And that's right. It's all about post-convention conversations. We want to talk about a few things, not the least of which is mindset. Yeah, that's right. You didn't think that's what you were going to get on this call. But I've had a few calls today, and I've had a few calls over the last few weeks with leaders. One in particular that's standing out, she's a Sapphire, and she's rebuilding her team. And she was asking, how do I even get reconnected? How do I? So I was actually kind of struggling to determine what the best information was to give her. And as we kept talking, really what it came down to was a mindset. She was feeling a little embarrassed to be a Sapphire, having to kind of rebuild from a paid Ruby status. Essentially, kind of like she's just coming into the business for the first time. But we talked about some things, and the way it relates to you all, everyone, is you might be restarting. You might be starting from scratch, let's say. But really what it comes down to is doing the activities, taking advantage of the tools that are given from corporate, but really, and if I know this team, because I know a lot of the leaders on this team, having a heart for helping people. Honestly, I think that's really what it comes down to. You could be a Sapphire, you could be a Gold, you could just be a senior ambassador. But what it comes down to is you're looking for people who are looking for you. And you're giving them the opportunity to actually improve their health, improve their financial status, or both. And really what it comes down to is continually talking to people every single day to look for the people who are talking to you. If you did go to convention, that you probably heard the Iron Cowboy, one of our keynote speakers. Holy mackerel, the crazy. I've only run one marathon in my life, and that was several years ago. And I tell you, I don't know if I want to run another one. This guy is running Ironmans, 101 in as many days. All the things that we think that we can't do, like, talk to someone, talk to one person a day. That should be the goal. We should have a goal of speaking to at least one person a day, because out of those conversations, we're going to at least find 4 people who want to join this month. I'm going to get back to that 4 and why that's important in a moment. But getting the inspiration from people like the Iron Cowboy to talk about how he overcame even a back injury and continued on this journey. The tools will give you, the resources, the incentives, the promotions, but really what it comes down to is, are you going to be that person that inspires somebody else? And that's how this conversation ended with this leader that I'm talking about. She didn't have any upline that was necessarily helping her. She didn't have anybody, again, on her team. And I just eventually said, you know what, this is going to sound cliche, but you might have to be that inspiration for yourself, where you're like, I'm just going to have to blaze the trail myself. And you might need to use a cape. And by that, I mean, I just heard this, that there was a sort of a study done with 5-year-olds, and they gave a group of 5-year-olds an impossible puzzle to solve. And they split the group into 2 groups. One of the groups, they let wear a cape, just a simple, ordinary cape. And that group lasted 50% longer than the one without. Again, they didn't solve the puzzle, but just the fact that the superhero group who thought they had superhuman powers and the superhuman ability to keep going lasted longer. So that's going to be you. You're going to, when it looks like Magic Week, final hours of the day, you've got your cape on. Don't underestimate the power of a bath towel. I'm serious. Put on that cape and find those extra resources and go, you know what? I'm going to keep going. I'm going to find that person who's looking for me. So mindset is certainly a big part of it. Just talking about what happened at the convention. for those of you who might not have gone rather, and those who may have gone and want a reminder. Oh, someone make me host, whoever that would be, whether it's
Me.
There you go.
Maybe.
And then I'll share my screen.
And
we'll talk about.
How would we do that?
Oh, so if you click on the participants, you'll see all of us, and then you should be able to click on a couple of dots that give me hosting capabilities, because I don't know if I'm able to take them from. There you go. And bingo, I'm in there like swimwear. I'm going to share my screen here. And that's all right. Let's try it again. We'll talk about, there we go. Take two, talk about convention things. I keep going into that accent because, as some of you might know, my father's half of the family is from the Bahamas. And that's where our leaders retreat is going to be this year. Nassau, Bahamas, as well as Key West. So every once in a while, I like to go into the accents, man. It's crazy. All right, post-convention conversation. Let's talk about some of the things that we discussed there, like our products. Sweet Tea, she's back in the house, and she's joined by a little hunger control, which we're happy to introduce. So here to stay, Sweet Tea for ambassadors and retail customers, $78, $96 respectively, with 72 and 86 PV, again, respectively, ambassadors, retail customers. Then we've got a couple of combos, the Slim Family with the Mason Jar, 144 ambassador, retail 175, 131, 159 PV, respectively, again. And then refresh and replenish combo, that is one Slim hunger controller microbiome activating, and 3 active and or hydrates in the Mason Jar, 149, 191, 116, 146. That's ambassador to customer, retail, and PV. We're happy to have this, and hey, add a little lemon lime to your iced sweet tea for a nice little Arnie Palmy. And we also introduced, because you all were asking for it, Restore as a standalone product. Whoop, whoop. They focused on the lemon taste and less of the berry taste. That was some of the feedback we were getting. If you haven't tried it, it's good. I actually put some in my Slim the other day, not the sweet tea. Boy, was it good. So definitely a good idea to, if you don't already understand the importance of the cellular detox, digestive support, and appetite control that you're additionally getting when you use and introduce Restore into your diet. And as a single, 78, 104 ambassador to retail, respectively, and PV 63 and 84. Triplex trim combo, Restore, Slim, ProBio 5, BioCleanse 60 in balance. And then we've also got a detox support system. I'm showing it on the screen for those of you who are listening to this as a recording, just so you don't have to keep hearing me say numbers, and respectively. It's in there, it's available, and we are encouraging everybody to get it into your daily routine because it really helps balance out.
Hey, Chris, can I jump in here really quick?
Absolutely.
I see the price is the same as Slim. I've got a lot of people that are numbers savvy. And I wanted to just ask, is the PV lower because of the ingredients or the, and you might not know this, but just curious if this could be something that you could come to us with later or message me with later. Are the ingredients, or the quality or the, potency of ingredients in Restore, kind of, kind of doing
More
that
impactful
way into a lower PV.
I'm gonna find that out. I will find that out for you. And somebody else chimed in there for a second. It might have just been
It was just me. I was trying to help her find her thought. Ignore me.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much, Dan.
They're always here for me.
Yes, I like that.
Yeah.
All right. Numbers, people we like. In terms of some of the things that we've got going for our promos, we've got enrolling 4 VIPs with 125 PV or more to earn yourself a pair of Ray-Bans. Now would be a good time to talk about something. I'm just going to stop sharing the screen for a moment so you can all get lost in my eyes as I talk about the important parts of your business. Now, if you were going to a doctor and you were getting a checkup on your health, the doctor would more than likely talk about some important things like your resting heart rate, your metabolism, your cholesterol levels, important topics that you would need to walk away with and focus on. In your business, there are 3, count them, 3 very important areas that you should always know where to find and know the status of. And bonus, they're actually the 3 ways that you make money in your business. Hands on your buzzers. Here's the question. What are those 3 areas? Unmute yourself and tell me any of the 3.
Is it fair for me to do it?
You can do one because maybe
Hey,
you're
can you
answering.
Yeah.
Can you repeat the question? I'm sorry, I had to click off something.
Absolutely. The question was, what are the 3 important areas of your business that make you money and you should always know the status of?
Oh, y'all, come on.
Can I just guess?
Your rank,
Point-
your points.
Retention.
Okay, retention is one of them. And I'll say that another one, when you're talking to people to get them to join.
Recruit.
Recruiting, retention.
And repeat. Duplicate.
Right there.
Yes, you got it. As a team, as a community, you all rock. Yes, enrollment/recruitments, retention, and duplication or getting people to rank up. Knowing your rank is great, but getting other people to their next rank, that's just yummy. Now, I was talking about, I took this opportunity, I was talking about the sunglasses because what we're trying to do from a corporate perspective is, dare I say, maybe even retrain how everyone in the field is receiving what we're putting out there. So what I mean by that is we typically have some type of promotion, and it's a great promotion. It's a great product. I'm looking at you, Apple products, and everybody's like, yeah, iPad. And then people come in by droves. And then the following month, the field is like, what? A yo-yo, you guys suck. More Apple products. We have a cadence we're trying to follow. Bring them in, retain them, and then get them promoted. So you may see that, and once you get them promoted, the following month is bring them in. We want people in the business, but again, if you've got a heart like I say that you have, you're bringing them in because you care about them, keep them here. Talk about their health journey. A great phrase to use, what you should use next is. Typically when people get started on my team, the next thing that they do, the next product that they take, I'm going to encourage all of you to lean into your leadership and really tell people the next steps they should be taking. Especially concerning if you joined, you probably had the same experience. I didn't know what to do. I went into my virtual office and it's a labyrinth back there. When you've got a leader telling you, you know what, the very next thing you should do, the only thing you should focus on, the next steps you should take, they're looking at your leadership as very helpful, it's very clear, and guidance is going to help them. Always. And in fact, as we look at some of the generations that we're dealing with, I'm looking at some of your faces. I think we're all in the same age group and generation. These youngsters, I tell you, they got a whole new language unto their own. For example, if you asked me to join your team, I'd be all in there. You can't say join to these millennials. No, you got to use words like your next step.
Get started.
Getting started. That's right. Thank you. Get started. If you went to, which breakout was that, Sadie?
That was the Jewel breakout. It
Right.
was really good. That lady, and sidebar, can you send me her company like in Messenger? Because I wanted to get some of the things she shared. I think it was
I will
Bridgetown
definitely get
something.
that to you.
Yeah, that'd be great.
If you'd like to get started, that is a phrase that resonates with this group of people much more than joining a team. And in addition, the things that's keeping them up at night is not sitting in a desk working a 9 to 5. That's the kind of thing that freaks us out. But what freaks them out is having a single stream of income. So when you're talking to them about a better or additional stream of income, that's what resonates with them. Again, you're communicating with people in a way, once you bring them into the Plexus fold, you're helping to keep them here, retaining them by telling them what their next steps are. We got you started, here's what you do next. So when we talk about things like, what? As I've been told, sunglasses, we want something more. I've got my own sunglasses. This is the month where you're retaining folks and you're enrolling them. Moving forward, you're retaining them. And the sunglasses are one incentive. But this is the month that we're talking about retention. I'm going to go back to sharing my screen. Continue this conversation. This is one thing that we've got going on. And we also have our rank rewards, which is continuing, enrolling at least 3 new retail VIP customers with 100 PV or more, 100 to 250 in cash, depending on your rank, from gold on up to senior ruby. We certainly want to continue our enrollments. It's Magic Week, as I said, it's the last week of the month. By your June enrollments begin their recruiting in July. So that means that everybody bringing this month, in theory, are going to be doing enrolling and recruiting next month. So you want to start filling that retention funnel now for your level 2s. They will enroll, they will be your level 2s. In July, those July enrollments will, of course, be setting up your pipeline for leaders retreats. We talked about that a moment ago. And then August, the same thing for September leaders retreat contest. It's always best to be looking ahead and not waiting. You know what? I'm going to wait on my enrollments until July. Do not do that. Take advantage of the time that's left because it's going to set you up perfectly for the following month. Now, we've been talking up until now, not on this call, but we always talk about, me plus three. We're talking about goal for gold. Gold is going to be your sweet spot and getting golds. And the 4 I'm doing, of course, because it's for you plus 3 other people, for getting there for. Gold is the first Plexus leadership rank. It's a building block of success for your comp plan. It's the first rank where we have training, Gold School, and you can earn anywhere from $500 and up, new and repeat customers. Gold is where it's at, so forgive me for grammar. Now, what that looks like, and the easiest way to illustrate that is with that tried and true faces that we always are talking about. You and 3 of potentially even your current VIP customers, you and 3 level 1s, but you also get an additional 4 people giving you 7 level 1s at 6 points each. And then those remaining 3 level 1s get their own level 1s, your level 2s, which you will get 5 points on. You will be looking at 24 points for your 4, 26 for each of those other 3 getting their 4. The type of numbers that you're looking at will garner you upwards around 102 total points. The reason why I'm showing you this, and hopefully getting you a little more familiar with the prescriptive path to get a particular number of points, is because very often we just get lost in the encouragement side of things. Hey, work hard this month. Don't take your foot off the gas. That's not a prescription. What is, however, is you get 4, get 3 of your current leaders to get their 4. These are the kind of points that you could look at getting. So for those of you who are trying to get to the next rank, and you might be 100 to 200 points away, this is how you would get them. Not just go ahead and develop a gold. It's find 4 people and get them to get their 4 people. This is very I don't want to say easy prescription, because it is sometimes a little challenging to find those people. And yet, if you're talking to the amount of people that we discussed, one person a day, you could potentially get one person enrolled per week. We're not saying only talk to one person a day, but sometimes you need to make these small wins available for your team, small bites out of the elephant. Now, these are the trainings that are available for you to view this week. Today we had a call. The last call of the day was 6 p.m. Eastern time. That passed already, but these were available. If you missed one or you miss any of them, they're available where? In the Go app, Chris. Thank you very much. In the Go app. All of those calls are available. So you want to plug somebody into retention? Check out Jamie Haskins' call on Thursday at 5 o'clock Eastern time. Do the math for your own time zone. Or if you want to talk about creating gold legs, which I just scratched the surface on, Jill Renfro is going to be kicking it on Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern time. All of these trainings are always available to you. So don't feel like you've got to reinvent the wheel and come up with the wording yourself. Plug them into a call and we'll do it for you. And that's available on the ambassador page. And we've got our Leadership Excellence Gold School and Ruby's coming up. Leadership Excellence is here in Scottsdale, Arizona. If you've never attended one, please do. And what better time to visit Scottsdale than in July? July 17th through the 20th. It's happening right here. Yeah, come on. It's all right. Thanks.
Love
Amy.
ya. Love ya.
Love you, mean it. Right? Come and see. I will tell you, if it's any incentive, it's indoors. So if that helps at all, we've got air conditioning. Gold School. It's August 3rd. It's in Atlanta, Georgia. And Ruby's on the Rise, October 10th through October 12th. Hopefully a cooler October in Scottsdale again. So for those of you who know, Ruby's on the Rise and Super Saturday, the two events that take place here in Scottsdale, whereas places like Leadership Excellence, and Leadership Excellence takes place here as well. Gold School, always another location. And we want to schedule more calls, whether as a team where somebody can corporate, I can visit. For July, if this is a standard call that you always have going on. The main things I want you to know in this limited, just very compressed time that we had here was, again, leaning into your leadership, taking advantage of the promos and incentives that we've got going on to not only fall back into some success with your own rank, to rank up, perhaps get some earned prize, but more importantly, get your leaders to duplicate the plan that you already have in place so they themselves can earn more ranks, and most of all, retain your current customers and or team. I use the word team kind of lightly because it doesn't necessarily mean that they're playing or that they want to run the business with you, but it really comes down to you getting a small group of people in and continuing the conversation with them. People are like, hey, I brought in 20 people. I'm like, great. Are you still communicating with them? No, because I'm bringing in another 20. Bring in a manageable group like 4 and continue that conversation and keep them plugged in. We've got 3 minutes left. I mean, I could keep talking here, but I do also want to leave a little bit of time here, at least while I'm on the call, for any questions or statements you might have or any observations carried over from convention.
Does anyone have anything for Chris?
I'll see you in Ruby's on the Rise in October. Lucky duck.
Yeah.
In Gold School in August, but I don't know if you'll be there, but yeah.
Yeah, let's see. In August, Atlanta, I hope so. Fingers crossed. Not
Yeah,
my
we're
region,
supposed
but
to go.
I know some people.
Stephanie, hey, Stephanie, are you going to Gold School?
Yes. I'm taking
Okay.
Amanda to Gold School and I earn Ruby. So I'm
Amanda Baldwin.
mhm.
Okay.
I want to go to Gold School.
Chris, we just recently had some team members all fall in love because they never met each other. So they're a little smitten with one another. So
Love it. Oh my gosh, this was the call to be on. It's the love call. I like all of that. The team that loves together, of course, is going to continue building together. Keep that love going. And if we're not already, I'd love to be connected on Facebook. So reach out to a brother, me, not some other random brother you run across on Facebook. And I'd love to continue to watch your progress as you rise up the ranks and you continue to build your business. With that, Tanya, you're saying goodbye or?
No, I do have a question about the what are those called? Ray-Bans?
Yes.
I enrolled 4 before the 15th. So my question is, am I eligible or do you know for the Meta Ray-Bans?
Yes, you are.
I
Hey,
am.
I'll handle this, Sadie. Yes, you are, Tanya. You are.
Oh, well, pardon me. Excuse me. He's away
I have so
and I am not.
you. That's a joke that I love to say because you say the exact same thing that the person just said. So try it whenever anybody answers a question. Just go, I got this, and then just
I
say the
have
exact
another
same.
question.
Okay, let's hear it.
Why don't you have a glare on your glasses?
Because I'm what they call super cool, and the glare is on the inside. Actually, I don't know why. That's really kind of strange.
Can't
There
you
should
pay like
be.
top dollar? My God.
I mean,
Isn't that
mine are
like
cheap, but
You guys, all of your glasses have a glare except for
I
his.
know, except for his.
No,
That's
they
what
just do.
make
They
it
have it
very
right
Oh wait,
there.
there they are. Is it just
I've
the view?
tried everything.
Hmm.
Okay,
Oh,
well,
there
we're
you go.
solving all the world's problems like glares on glasses. So good
Yeah,
job.
I think it's just where it's angled, and
Okay.
also you've got the reflection of the window behind you, whereas I don't.
Yeah, I have windows
I-
front on me.
Yeah, I got a little glare here,
Huh.
but we are solving the world's problems.
Okay.
with one pair of
We'll
eyeglasses.
have to see if those Ray-Bans have glares on our next Zoom.
Yes.
I don't have a
Uh,
question. I just wanted to say thanks for giving us your time.
You
Thank
are so
you.
welcome, Molly. I appreciate it. I appreciate all
Thank
of
you,
you.
Jody, for coordinating this super savvy
That's
brother
wonderful. Thank you.
to come on here and give us all the info. So thank you.
Yes, thank you all. I look forward to the next one, and we'll talk very soon. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you.
Hi, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, friends, you can get off. If you have any questions, we can. I'm going to stop recording just because maybe